Okay, so we have discussed in the previous lecture some examples in which we cannot directly apply the conventional approach to transform in frequency domain. So we go to some other technique, that is Fourier inverse Fourier transform, or we can do some other properties, or we can transform the actual signal in the suitable format so that we can use
एक्सक्यूज मी
like
सर.
that type of example we have discussed. Yes,
सर माइक थोड़ा पास कर दीजिए सर, आवाज में रिवर्बरेशन आ रही है.
mic to एकदम pass.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now fine. My voice is now clear.
यस सर, थैंक यू.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now move ahead. Uh, do another example. F of t is a bounded signal, finite duration, so that you can easily apply the formula of Fourier transform. Okay, this is a gate pulse from minus t by 2 up to t by 2. Amplitude is 1. This is f of t. Find the Fourier transform. You can directly apply the formula, that will be f of omega is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power minus j omega t dt. Here f of t is limited in time, so your integration limit will change from minus t by 2 up to t by 2, and amplitude is 1 e to the power minus j omega t dt. If you solve this integration, you will find, what you will find? E to the power minus j omega t divided by minus j omega, where limit is minus t by 2 to t by 2, and that will be equal to e to the power minus j omega t by 2 minus e to the power j omega t by 2 divided by minus j omega. This is approximate. You can write this expression in the form of sine. Can you write like that? If you multiply with 2 and divide by 2, in that case you will be able to write in the form of sine. That will be equal to sine omega t by 2 divided by omega by 2. Now in this expression, multiply t and divide by 2. Take this, will not affect the expression, so it will come like t sine omega t by 2 divided by omega t by 2, and this expression is called sampling function. This expression have a special name that is written in the square bracket. This is called sampling function, and presented like this as a omega t by 2, sampling omega t by 2. Keep this example as a result, that will help you to solve many other questions in different competitive exams, and you will save the time. See what is this? Basically, if a rectangular gate pulse is given like this, having its length is t. Its length is t, and since its magnitude is 1, so the area of this rectangular gate pulse is t, and its Fourier transform will be t sampling omega t divided by 2. Means this area is the magnitude in the frequency domain, and the coefficient of this omega, that is t by 2. Coefficient of omega is t by 2. That is the length divided by 2. Length divided by 2, or width. This width, t divided by 2. This is kind of result you can keep in mind. To solve another example, like in similar way, if you I will ask some another example like uh, this type of question. See this. This is also the combination of rectangular gate pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. This expression of graph can be equivalently plotted like this. One gate pulse from this height is 1, this height is 2. Suppose this height is 1, from 2 to 3, and this is added with the another rectangular gate pulse having a width from 1 to 4, and height is 1. If you add this type of these two gate pulse, you will get this type of graph. So if you remember this type of result, if you keep in mind this type of result, you will very easily, very fast, you can do the questions. Do this in your homework. The transform of this. One another question, I will leave it for you. This is a triangular gate pulse starting from minus t to p, height is 1. Find Fourier transform. Here also you will see some expression like omega t divided by 4. Actually it will be a SAM square. Try to prove this type of result. Here also this area of this triangle is this, and the coefficient of omega is this width divided by 4. Try to verify whether I am correct or not. Now see some properties of Fourier transform. time shifting in Fourier transform. Time shifting property. Suppose f of t in time domain and its Fourier transform is f of omega. It means f of omega is equal to what? F of omega is the integration from minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power minus j omega t dt. If this is known, then what will be the Fourier transform of f t minus t naught? Here also, since f t is have the finitely directly applied this formula, so you can say f of t is absolutely integrable. So shifted version will also be absolutely integrable. So you can directly apply here basic formula and try to obtain the result. What will be the result? Please do on your paper. It will come like f of omega e to the power minus j omega t naught. This proof is not so difficult, that's why I am leaving for you. You can do. Now see here, if f of t have a Fourier transform f of omega, so in general way, if f of t is a real function, in that case f of omega will have a magnitude spectrum as well as phase spectrum e to the power phase magnitude is written like this and angle is written like e to the power j angle of this f of omega. That way, this is the general expression that you can represent magnitude as well as phase. Now, if there is a time shift of this function, then we get the Fourier transform, means f of t minus t naught, its Fourier transform is f of omega e to the power minus j omega t naught. See here, this expression, this f of omega will have a magnitude as well as phase that is multiplied with the another phase. So if you express this in the form of separately magnitude as well as phase, you will see the magnitude spectrum will not change when you shift in time. It will only alter the phase spectrum. So time shift alters only phase spectrum. It will not affect any magnitude spectrum. Similarly, you can also find the Fourier transform of f of t plus t naught. It will be f of omega e to the power j omega t naught. Now, suppose take example A, delta t in time domain, what will be the Fourier transform? Already discussed in the previous lecture. In Fourier transform, it will be 1 throughout the frequency from minus infinity to plus infinity. Correct? And phase will be 0, angle will be 0. Now this delta is shifted. Delta is shifted leftward as well as rightward. What will be the Fourier transform according to this time shifting property. The Fourier transform of delta t is 1, so the magnitude spectrum will remain as it is, and phase spectrum will change. That will be equal to e to the power j omega t naught, and in this case e to the power minus j omega t naught. Now, if you add this equation number 1 and equation number 2, see what we will have. We will have delta t plus t naught plus delta t minus t naught, and their Fourier transform will be e to the power j omega t naught plus e to the power minus j omega t naught, and in the both sides divide by 2. This will be your cos omega t. So if cos function is in frequency domain, then in time domain there will be a 2 impulse function. If you take the difference of our two equations, it will come in the form of sine. Similarly, if we take a general example f of t, its Fourier transform is f of omega. In this case, time shifted plus t minus t naught, both will be like f of omega e to the power j omega t naught and f of omega e to the power minus j omega t naught, and by adding these two you will get again in the term of cos or sine. When you take difference, Fourier transform will be f of omega and 2 cos omega t naught. So these type of result or this type of concept you should keep in mind all the time, so that when some question may come according to this concept, you can solve very easily. Now see another example, or sorry, another property. Time scaling property. Time scaling means if f of t have a Fourier transform f of omega, then f of ad, what will the Fourier transform in this case? Try to find. With the same process you can find here also. You will see the result that magnitude spectrum will be scaled by a factor, but frequency will also scaled by a factor. Magnitude, see here a is a in the denominator part, this is the constant quantity, so it will reduce the amplitude if a is greater than 1, and if a is less than 1, that will magnify the result. So according to this, if the value of a is greater than 1 means compression in time, and so expansion in frequency domain. If the value of A is less than 1, it means expansion in time and compression in frequency. All these type of concept, please keep in mind. Do one. Zero, 3, 6. This is time axis. This is function f of t. Its Fourier transform is f of omega. Then find the Fourier transform of another signal, that is g of t, and that is represented like this. This is 5, this is 6, and this is minus 2. This is origin. Now suppose the Fourier transform of this function f of t is given as f of omega. This is your, no, this is given, and this you have to find g of omega. G of omega you have to find in term of f of omega. Now how will you do this, or how will you approach to solve this question? What should be your approach? You should represent this g of t in term of f of t. G of t, can you represent this triangular gate pulse downward side g of t in term of f of t? You see here there is a time scaling. This width is 6 unit, and here you can see the width is 1 unit. It means both the triangular have the relationship of time scaling, isn't it? Here compression have been done on the gt as compared to f of t, so the scaling factor must be greater than 1. What should be the scaling factor? This width 6 and here width is 1, so there is only two types of scaling factor, either 1 by 6 or 6. If 6 means compressed signal. If this is used as a scaling factor, that means expand. But here you can see this is compressed signal, so the scaling factor will be 6. Means f of t should be f of 6t to get the gt, है ना? f of 6t होना चाहिए, but इस काम नहीं चलेगा. There is a time shifting also. This is the concept about scaling, but there is a time shift, because here the value at origin is now at 5 and the value at 6 remain at 5. So your signal should move rightward, or your signal should be delayed in such a way that its width also decrease and shifting also. Both the operations should be Done. Correct? Now open your mind and try to think what should you do. For right shifting, I have said in the earlier, for the lateral student also, please recall that. For right shifting, that you have to add something in the this time instant where this you have mentioned this point, that will result to 5, isn't it? So what amount of the value or time instant should be added in 0 so that it will go to 5? Keep in mind that this is the result after shifting एज वेल एज स्केलिंग, दोनों ही ऑपरेशन के बाद ये रिजल्ट है। मतलब इसमें तुम कुछ ऐड करो, सपोज x या t नॉट अमाउंट टाइम ऐड किए और डिवाइड किए 6 से, तो इट शुड बी कम लाइक दिस 5. हियर इन 6 you should add that same amount t naught and divide by 6, that will result to 6. Like that you can find this value of shift. Suppose 0 plus t naught divide by 6 is equal to 5. It means t naught is equal to 30. Verify the another instant of time, 6 plus t naught divided by 6, that should be equal to 6, this value. So here also you will get 36 minus 6, 30. So if you shift this f of t by an amount 30 unit, then you will get the shifted this point. So see, if you can write f 60 minus 30 and try to think that will it be the same graph? You will find this is actually GT. Now since f of Fourier transform of f of t is known, then you can find Fourier transform of g of t by applying two properties. One is time shifting, other is time scaling. G of t is equal to f of 60 minus 30, but you know that Fourier transform of f of t is f of omega. So f of t minus 30, what will be the Fourier transform? F of omega e to the power minus j omega into t naught, that is 30. And now you scale by scaling factor 6, then magnitude will also be scaled by 6 unit, f of omega, and frequency will also be scaled by the same factor, omega by 6, and here also one frequency omega is present, here also omega by 6. Wherever omega is present, the same factor used to scale all the omega frequency. So this will be equal to 1 by c f of omega divided by 6 t to the power minus j, this 5 omega. So what will be the Fourier transform of g of omega? g of t, that is g of omega, it will be in term of f of omega, and that is square mu. So these type of question many times asked in the many competitive exam, and you should do practice. Other property is frequency scaling. Frequency scaling and time scaling, both you can say the same thing. When this result f of a t, Fourier transform will be f of a, f of omega by a, or when f of t divided by a, this will become a into f a omega. Correct? Or you can put this a in the left hand side, it will become 1 by a f of t by a, and the Fourier transform will be f of a omega. So when multiply in frequency, there will be a division in time and also division in amplitude in time domain. So both the result are same, no need to discuss. One property is frequency shifting. Similar to time shifting, there is also shifting frequency. Frequency shifting. Recall the previous result of time shifting. You will see there is a change in frequency spectrum in the frequency domain. Likewise, if you shift in frequency, there will be a phase change in time. See, if f of t have a Fourier transform f of omega, then there is a shift in frequency when you will change the phase in time domain. Also, if this is omega plus omega naught, there will be a phase change in time domain. You can do this result, you can prove this result by the same method. No extra concept is required. Simply suppose this function is given, and find the Fourier transform. What will be the Fourier transform? Suppose this is f of t e to the power j omega naught t. This is the actual function. Multiply this with j omega t dt. Integrate this from minus infinity to plus infinity. That will be minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power minus j omega minus omega naught into t dt, and that is omega of omega minus omega, because f of t e to the power minus j omega t dt, we know this is f of omega. On the similar basis, this will be accordingly omega minus omega naught. So we can write. So all these type of very simple proof of the property of Fourier transform you can do by yourself. Other property of Fourier transform is time differentiation property. Time differentiation. If f of t change in time frequency domain, it will become f of omega. Then the Fourier transform of derivative of f of t. This is equal to j omega into f of omega. If second derivative is given, then the Fourier transform will be j omega whole square f of omega. If nth derivative is given, then Fourier transform will be j omega to the power n f of omega. Proof is again very simple, you can do and try to solve one example. Take the earlier example only. This is triangular gate pulse f of t. Find the Fourier transform. The Fourier transform of this function can be calculated by writing the expression that is discussed earlier, but here we try to solve by using property. If you differentiate this function, what will be the graph f dash t? See, this is the straight line. Only one slope change occur at t equal to minus t. So one step will change at t equal to minus t, and again another step change occur at origin, and the change in step is this slope is 1 by t, here slope is minus 1 by t, so the 2 by t amount of step will change. So 2, this height is 1 by t, this height is minus 1 by t, so total 2 by t step change occur at origin. Now another step change will happen at t is equal to capital T, and the amount is minus 1 by t, this is 0, final, initially it was slope also 0, final slope is also 0, so the only change is 1 by t in upward direction, positive 1 by t. So the derivative of ft will look like this. Now again differentiate this. Take second derivative f of double dash. This is single derivative f of dash t. Now what will be the graph? See, one step change occur at t equal to minus t. So if you differentiate this step, it will become a impulse at minus t, and the area of this impulse will be the change in step. What is that? That is 1 by capital T. Another step change occur at this origin, and this change in step is 2 by t. So one impulse will be here at and their area will be minus 2 by t. Another impulse also present at t is equal to capital T. So that will be like this. Now the Fourier transform of this impulse is calculated very easily. What is that? This impulse is time shifted delta t plus t naught. Here time impulse is delta t is at origin, but amplitude area is minus 1 by minus 2 by t, and the location of this impulse is delta t minus t. So you can write the frequency domain representation of each impulse like that easily. This can be written delta t plus capital T. Its Fourier transform will be e to the power j omega capital T. Delta t minus t naught, Fourier transform will be e to the power minus j omega t. Another impulse present at delta t at origin, Fourier transform will be 1, but it have some coefficient, that is 1 by t, 1 by t. So the in this side 1 by t will be there, 1 by t. Here minus 2 by t will be there, minus 2 by t. Now add all these results. Add all these results. The Fourier transform of double derivative of f of t will be 1 by t e to the power j omega t plus 1 by t e to the power minus j omega t minus 2 by t. Now try to simplify this result. Keep 1 by t outside. This will be e to the power j omega t plus e to the power minus j omega t minus 2. This expression multiply 2 and divide 2, it will become 1 by t 2 cos omega t minus 2. Further, try to more simplify. What will become? Take 2 outside, minus 2 keep outside. That will become 1 minus cos omega t. It will be minus 2 by t sine square omega t by t. 1 minus cos omega t, it will become sine square omega t by t. Now f double dash t is this. A Fourier transform of f double dash t is c u by t sine square omega t divided by. So what will be the Fourier transform of f of t? That will be multiply this result with j omega whole square, because second derivative is taken here. That will be means minus 2 by t j omega capital T by 2, and that will be divided by j omega whole square. Fourier transform. See this Fourier transform. And it will be simplified. Try to simplify this in the form of earlier result that we have discussed, that sine sam square omega t by 2, like that. It will be converted to this. So there are lots of methods for the same question. You can apply different method to solve the Fourier transform. One another property of Fourier transform is multiplication in time. Multiplication with t in time domain. It means f of t have Fourier transform f of omega. Then what will be the Fourier transform of t into f? The Fourier transform of t into f of t will be j d by d omega f omega. This is opposite of derivative in time domain. See, in earlier result, if you take the derivative in time domain, it will result multiplication with j omega in frequency domain. Similarly, if you multiply in time domain, it will go a derivative in the frequency domain. Whatever that is applied in the time domain and their result in frequency domain will be reversed when you apply in the frequency domain and time domain. Accordingly, that will be vice versa applicable. Try to solve one example. If find the Fourier transform of f of t is equal to t e to the power minus at ut. See, e to the power minus at ut, the Fourier transform is already well known to you. That is 1 by a plus j omega. The Fourier transform of this part is 1 by a plus j omega. And since it is multiplied with t, so it will be differentiated with respect to omega and multiplied with j. That will be equal to 1 by a plus j omega whole square. Fourier transform of this is if you multiply the in time domain function f of t with t to the power n, t to the power n f of t, their effect in the frequency domain will nth derivative or simply not a formula is not so typical like that. Only take the derivative for further if, see the example, if t square, again the same question, e to the power minus 80 ut, then this result will be again differentiated j d by d omega, and this result will be differentiated 1 by 1 plus j omega. Further one step, you have to take the derivative for higher order multiplication in time domain. So this is the example and some properties that we have discussed for Fourier transform. Okay, till now, if you have any doubt, you can ask. We will discuss from here in the next class. Thank you for today's class. If you want to discuss, you can ask.
सेकंड वाली प्रॉपर्टी रिपीट कर दीजिए एक बार, जिसमें टाइम शिफ्ट हो रहा है -30 से. ये सर यही
ये क्वेश्चन है, ये f of t given है, इसका Fourier transform suppose f of omega दिया गया है, then find the Fourier transform of this gt in term of f of omega. f of omega के टर्म में इसका Fourier transform क्या होगा. तो सबसे पहले तुमको टाइम डोमेन में रिलेशन पता करना होगा कि टाइम डोमेन में रिलेशन क्या होगा. अकॉर्डिंगली फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन में भी रिलेशन एस्टेब्लिश कर सकते हो, है ना. तो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम ट्राइंग टू make a relationship that this f of g of t should be somehow related to this f of t. तो सबसे पहले यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है, ये कंप्रेशन हुआ है ना, ये विड्थ रिड्यूस हो गया, यहाँ पे विड्थ 1 यूनिट 5 to 6 1 यूनिट हुआ, तो कंप्रेस हुआ है बाय व्हाट अमाउंट 1/6. ये टोटल 6 विड्थ है, इसमें 1/6 से रिड्यूस करेंगे तो 1 हो जाएगा ना, तो इसलिए स्केलिंग फैक्टर 6 लिए, ठीक है. एंड देयर इज ऑल्सो इन शिफ्ट इन टाइम एक्सिस में शिफ्टिंग भी है. ये जीटी ऑब्टेन करने के लिए यू हैव टू डू सम टाइम शिफ्टिंग ऑपरेशन. तुमको ये क्वेश्चन ये इस तरह से दिया रहता है, सपोज करो एफ ऑफ टी ये है और प्लॉट द ग्राफ ऑफ दिस, कितना सिंपल हो जाता है ना. एफ ऑफ टी पता है ये ग्राफ है, और जी ऑफ टी सॉरी एफ ऑफ 60 - 30 इसको प्लॉट करने के लिए तुम ये प्लॉट कर देते वेरी इजी. बट ये प्लॉट दिया गया और तुमको ये एक्सप्रेशन निकालने के लिए बोला गया, दैट्स व्हाई यू माइट बी कंफ्यूज. सो ट्राई टू कोरिलेट दैट. टाइम शिफ्टिंग और टाइम स्केलिंग दोनों ही ऑपरेशन करने के बाद वो जीटी किस तरह से ऑब्टेन किया जा सकता है. तो ये 0 जो है 5 यूनिट पे है और 6 जो है 6 यूनिट पे है. तो ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि ये 6 में कोई चेंज नहीं आया है, बट टोटल ये टोटल एक्सिस जो है 30 यूनिट यदि राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट कर दें, मीन्स ये पार्ट जो है 3 वाला सेक्शन जहाँ 3 सेकेंड है, इसको यदि पूरा 30 राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट कर दें तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, ओरिजिन वाला पार्ट 30 हो जाएगा, 3 वाला 33 हो जाएगा, और ये 36 सेकेंड पे जो है वो भी 36 सेकेंड पे आ जाएगा, है ना। अब सारे ही टाइम को 6 यूनिट से स्केल कर देंगे, तो जो 30 पे है वो डिवाइड बाय 6 तो 5 पे आ गया, जो 33 पे है उसको डिवाइड बाय 6 तो वो इसमें डेसिमल में कहीं आएगा, जो भी 6 सेकेंड पे है वो 36 सेकेंड पे गया, लेकिन डिवाइड होने के बाद फिर से 6 गया, है ना। ये ग्राफ दिया गया है, ट्राई टू ऑब्टेन दिस मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन और रिलेशनशिप। और ये मिल गया, तो यहाँ पे टाइम शिफ्टिंग और टाइम स्केलिंग दोनों ही ऑपरेशन है ना। शिफ्टिंग और टाइम स्केलिंग में पहले क्या करोगे, टाइम शिफ्टिंग वाला पार्ट, टाइम शिफ्टिंग के लिए टाइम शिफ्ट करोगे 30 सेकेंड, तो इट विल बी अफेक्ट द फेज स्पेक्ट्रम, मतलब आपको ओमेगा एज इट इज रहेगा, और ये e to the power minus j omega 30 will become another factor in the angle, ठीक है। now after that scaling by 6 यूनिट is done। स्केलिंग क्या करता है, फिर एम्पलीट्यूड में भी डिवाइड कर रहा है 6 से, और फ्रीक्वेंसी में भी डिवाइड कर रहा है 6 से। यहाँ पर फ्रीक्वेंसी है, यहाँ फ्रीक्वेंसी है, एम्पलीट्यूड में जहाँ जब फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसमें डिवाइड करेगा, और फिर फाइनली ये रिजल्ट विल बिकम x। और कुछ?
नो सर, थैंक यू।
सर टाइम सैम्पलिंग का क्या मतलब है?